In Kenya, sources have confirmed to the BBC that 2 people have died in protests against the establishment of a US government Ebola isolation unit. Kenya's Doctors' Union and government watchdogs oppose the plan, saying it risks exposing local populations. Our correspondent Thomas Mukwana is at the scene of Monday's protests in Nanyuki and has been outlining how the unrest played out over the past 24 hours.
It's a lot calmer than the videos we saw yesterday. Yesterday, this road behind me, the airbase is farther down that road, a few kilometers from here. But down that road on the other side is where Nanyuki town is, and that's where most of the protesters congregated yesterday. And as you said, they were marching against the establishment of that Ebola isolation facility by the US government inside the Kenyan airbase here in Laikipia. But early in the day, there were agency reports of 2 men who died reportedly at these protests yesterday. And the BBC, we've been able to confirm that 2 men indeed died yesterday evening, and both of them were brought in that facility over there. It's the Nanyuki Referral Hospital. One apparently died, according to reports, at the emergency section of that hospital. But we've seen both bodies, and both appear to have bullet wounds. A local protest organizer has confirmed to us that the man that was brought at the emergency section was shot at a settlement nearby called Baraka Estate. And Good Samaritans drove him quickly to this hospital, but he tragically passed away, and his family has been informed. But the police have not confirmed any of this to the media yet, but we will be getting in touch with them. And the local police have not also given us responses on exactly what happened. So far, we haven't seen any protests yet today, but police officers are all over the town on every intersections of roads, and they've been deployed in droves in this town to try and avoid protests from happening today.
And what are we hearing from the government there about these plans to create this Ebola isolation unit? The president has been speaking.
The president spoke yesterday, and he said that this is part of a health pact between Kenya and the United States government. He says that Kenya, since independence, has been receiving around 25 to 35% of its health budget from the United States. And he says that this partnership was effective in stopping the spread of COVID-19 a few years ago, and also other diseases that have been spreading within this region. And Marco Rubio also said that he's donated around $113 million within the region, and specifically $13.5 million to the Kenyan government for Ebola preparedness. The government looks like it's firmly set to carry on with the establishment of this facility. But the protests are said they might happen over the next few days, but nothing here yet. But if you get on the internet, Kenyans online are rallying against this. But the Kenyan government, again, seems firmly on its way to establish this facility. The court case has kicked off today, and more details will come out on what the judge decides. But as it stands, Nanyuki town is silent after those tragic deaths yesterday.